Now to Joe Curro, our current chair, who has been serving generously and with inspiration and great leadership. Joe Curro is joining us from Boston this morning. And the American Pilgrims on the Camino, the mission statement for that is we inspire all those who seek the spirit of the Camino and connect with the global community of pilgrims. Joe, welcome. Buen Camino.
Buen Camino. Good morning, Tom, and good morning to all of my fellow pilgrims. I'm so excited to be joining you for this. This is our fifth annual virtual open house. It's so great to be here. I was thinking about this, and I'm going to ask you to kind of remember what it was like 5 years ago. You'll remember the world was being ravaged by a pandemic, and there was great suffering. And for us pilgrims, the unthinkable happened. The Camino closed, and pilgrims were yearning for the chance to get together. And the only option really available to us was via Zoom. So our friend Tom Lebedzinski had the idea to use this technology to allow pilgrims to hear from and interact with one another at this open house. It's like many other great ideas that he's had. Other pilgrims had similar ideas like Pilgrimage in Place, Camino Wisdom Stories, and the Way of St. James Global Camino. And today you're going to be joining as many as 1,100 others who have registered for this webinar to hear from some of the people who are behind those efforts and many other efforts that are near and dear to our hearts as pilgrims. Like Tom said, we have a very exciting program, and I want to thank all of our guests and everyone who is tuning in right now. I see the counter going up very quickly as people join, and feel free to let us know where you're joining us from, what caminos you've done, what you're planning to do. This is meant to be a community event, but you're gonna at any rate. I want to thank all of the guests and everyone tuning in. And I want to give a special note of gratitude to Jim Porter, who's from our communications team. Many of these conversations you'll see today were pre-recorded, and Jim spent countless hours editing them and adding additional video content. And our thanks really go out to him and other members of the communications team who helped to get the word out. People like Tom and Jim and others represent the American Pilgrims ethos. Volunteers are our lifeblood. Whether it's chapter coordinators, hospitalero trainers, copy editors, web designers, or grant reviewers, many other roles, there's something for everyone who's wishing to get involved with American Pilgrims on the Camino. And I encourage you to visit our website and to look at the volunteer opportunities page if you might want to get involved with us as well. Like Tom said, this has been an incredible year on the Camino. I think, as he told you, this has been a record since the numbers have been tracked, with over 500,000 people claiming Compostelas. And I know that I was really happy to be among that number. I got to walk with my daughter in June on the Camino Frances, and with my wife and some American Pilgrims friends in September on the Camino Ingles, and see them get their first Compostelas. I joined the crowds to watch the Botafumeiro swing, and on La Noche de San Juan, I even jumped over a bonfire. Well, actually, if you ask my daughter, it's more like I tripped over some embers, but be that as it may, the Santiago was packed. We're feeling the growth of interest in the Camino within our own organization. Tens of thousands of people participate in our 60 chapters, in our Facebook groups, and in events like this. And additionally, there are nearly 3,400 paid members of American Pilgrims on the Camino. And of that number, almost 400 are lifetime members. They're in it for the long haul. Every membership and donation helps to support our mission to foster the enduring tradition of the Camino by supporting its infrastructure, by gathering pilgrims together, and by providing information and encouragement to past and future pilgrims. If you've ever thought of becoming a member, now's the time. We've kept our membership rates unchanged for over a decade, but on January 1st, they will be increasing. And this will allow us, among other things, to maintain our recently expanded support for nonprofit organizations to keep the Camino going. Today, you're going to hear from one of those grant recipients, Dis Camino, which has worked to make pilgrimage possible for those suffering from physical or intellectual disabilities. Their slogan is Que nadie te diga que no puedes. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't. And all of us who've done the Camino, I think, can relate to that sentiment. And I'm very proud that our members and donors have stepped up to help enable others to join us on the journey. It's been my great honor to serve as chair of the board of directors for these past 2 years. And as I prepare to hand the gavel to Rachel Ganzon, I want to thank those members of the board who are rotating off in the new year, including Tom Coleman, Paula Jager, Ruben Mendoza, and Bob Wild. And in true American Pilgrims fashion, they have all committed to staying involved. And I'm glad that I will continue to have the opportunity to work with them. At American Pilgrims on the Camino, we inspire all who seek the spirit of the Camino to connect with the global community of pilgrims. And we've worked very hard to live up to that global vision. Just this year, we met with our partners and counterparts in Santiago. We worked with our Canadian friends to organize this year's Vancouver gathering. And at the invitation of the ambassador of Spain to the United States, we participated in the European Union open house in Washington, D.C. At today's open house, we're going to hear from pilgrims from half a dozen countries. The Camino is about challenge. The Camino is about joy. The Camino is about stories. The Camino is about conversation. And over the next 4 hours, you're going to get to experience a little bit of each. You'll also get a sneak peek of our 2026 annual gathering and the Camino de San Antonio missions. I'm hoping to see many of you in Texas or along the way, or to read about your adventures in La Concha. I really hope you enjoyed the day. I want to thank you and wish you buen camino.
Buen
Thank you,
Camino,
Tom.
Joe.
Thank
As
you, Tom.
always, Joe, you've done a great job. You've done a great job, Joe. Thank you very much, and thank you for your service as chairman of the American Pilgrims on the Camino. Just a quick question: you said the rates for membership are going up in January. So if somebody joins today, do they join at the old rate?
Yes, they
Oh,
do.
what a
The current rate.
special!
The current
Okay,
rate.
so
It's
today,
$50 for an individual, and it goes up from there. So
so this would be the perfect day to register as a member.
yeah,
You can join as the annual, or you can join as a lifetime member, and then you'd always remember you did that on Christmas time,
yeah.
December here. It is amazing, Joe. I don't know about you, but I get goosebumps when I see all of these chats coming in from all over the world here. Pilgrims that are joining us and saying hello from here. Oh, I did this Camino, I did that Camino, and talking to their friends. I think that's really special. It's really a gathering of pilgrims from around the world and the global pilgrim community, connected all by the Camino de Santiago. So thank you, Joe, for your service and your leadership in these past 2 years. We'll have you sing Ultrea maybe later on. That's one of Joe's great things.